it's Don the Auction Professor here. I just wanted to talk just a little bit about what eBay and Amazon can do for somebody. For us, it literally changed our life from hard, long hours of being away from each other and not being around for the kids to just literally being able to do things that we never thought we'd be able to do, like schedule our own days, our own hours, our own everything about our life, instead of being stuck and confined to a job, 9-to-5 job, or whatever the hours you maybe work are. For us, it's given us the opportunity to expand into more businesses. We've now started several more since we've started eBay, and eBay has been successful. And it allows us, again, the free time that we never had before. It allows us to make our own decisions for our life. It allows us to steer the path where we're going. We've got so many projects in the works now, things that we never thought we'd ever be able to do in the past. 5 years ago or so, when I was just graduating from college for my second time in for my master's, I thought the world would be a lot different, and the opportunities would be there for someone with that type of degree and the experience that I had before that as well, but there just weren't anything still paying enough to make it practical. And for me, being in the industry and knowing how to run a business and knowing the finances and knowing some of the tax aspects and the legal aspects and the forecasting and what to look for and how to solve problems, it was just a quick jump then into figuring out how to do eBay in full-time basis. And then 4 years ago is what we started. And it literally has changed our life. It's given us the opportunity to go places and do things that we didn't think we could. I've traveled a lot as a business professional across the country. I've filled in regions. We stayed in Boston for a long time. Well, not a long time, but on and off for a week here, weeks there, 2-3 weeks at a time to fill in and cover a region for one of the companies I worked for. Same with Dallas. I've been to Whittier, California, and worked. Dallas, as I said, Denver, Florida, Ohio, and as I said, Boston, where we went to Brimfield's. We did fly in early for that. Brimfield's a huge antique mall up there. If you're ever up there, that's the best place in the world I have ever seen in my entire life to find resale items. It was just an awesome experience. But anyway, being around the country, I've seen a lot and experienced a lot. Again, we were in D.C. for 9/11 and the sniper shootings. We were in the Gulf Coast area for the Hurricane Katrina. We were in Florida for a hurricane. We used to do a lot of things and been around. But the experience overall and the general freeness of working for yourself is not overstated in any way, shape, or form. The amount of money you can make beyond what you were making working for somebody is a huge step up. Every dime you earn and every dime that you control is money for you. No one else is getting to keep a percentage of that, the big percentage of it. And for us, it's just made us look to all kinds of other options and availabilities for new income and expanding our business to ever increasing markets, and so that's why we've expanded. Never would have thought I'd have been doing Etsy and Poshmark and Amazon and Discogs and all the sci-fi sites we're into, and the Halloween site and fantasy sites and all these places that we sell that we never would have imagined. And without eBay, it would have never happened. And eBay is still one of our biggest money makers right now. I can't see that changing in the near future or even in the far future, because our sales increase at a steady, standard, decent rate. When we worked in the restaurants, they want you to increase 3% over the next year. Everything's budgeted at that. Every report's budgeted at 3%. So if you don't hit 3%, you could lose a good chunk of your pay, because a general manager or a salaried general manager, I should say, or a salaried regional, their bonuses, which could be 20-30% of their pay, are actually based on those projections of 3% increases. So a store manager or regional manager's goal is to increase the sales at all costs without doing anything illegal or wrong or impractical or improper. And as long as you're following those rules, pretty much anything is game to increase your overall income and profits. So for us, we've attacked it at that aspect and that thought pattern, and that's how we've advanced. And went from very little sales with very little knowledge to incredible sales with very good knowledge on what we sell, as well as new and different areas. Each year we do another area or two every single year. I was talking to another subscriber and someone who now we've talked to quite a few times, and we looked together at another seller's sites. It's not all about getting the proper or the amount of items up. It's about getting the right items and then researching and spending the time to get a model that works those items to the best of their ability. For us, a good example is holding on items till we have 10 of something, 20 of something, or enough to attract people that collect those specific items on. That's what you need to do, whatever you're doing. That's our take on it. It's always worked. I've told other people to do it, personal friends that are into the business, and it's always helped them. And they literally do it now for so many different items. They don't do it for everything. Some of my friends have mostly clothing up, but they'll hold on to things that they see in the collectibles field till they get a few of them, because they do run across them routinely. So when that has helped and that has increased, you can plot it out on a chart and you can see that that's what happens. But again, that's just another quick take on what we do and our philosophy. It's Don the Auction Professor. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button below and tell your friends. Have a good day.